What if one platform covered everything from idea to market-ready product? A platform teaching all the AI tech and practices needed for successful AI-driven startups.
This is like AI imagination.
We found that the more specific we are.
We used a classifier, we trained the classifier.
I really wanted it to just be more open-ended for the user.
We were experimenting with different chunk sizes,
having some problems to something.
By blending cutting-edge technologies from industry giants, you can create revolutionary AI products that drive innovation forward.
This was a special hack, it was a battle.
Let the hacking begin.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the winner's stream of Falcon Hackathon. You can call me Jay, and I'm going to be your host for this exciting event. But today is all about the teams who did amazing during this latest hackathon, impressed our judges with their projects, and who can now proudly call themselves our finalists. We'll be able to get to know them better, hear them pitch about their projects, and later on we'll find who will become the winners. I would like to also welcome those who are watching us right now. I'll be monitoring the chat, so please let me know you're here. And of course, you're more than welcome to also ask questions to the teams. But before we'll start, I want to remind you what was the challenge about, what were the prizes, and how the process of choosing the winners will look like. So when it comes to the challenge, whether you are a coding expert or just getting started, this was your chance to create something truly outstanding with Falcon technology and AI 71 API Hub. First, we ask you to explore the AI71 hub and find out its capabilities. Then you started building your prototypes and showcasing the true power of Falcon. And in the end, you should prepare to present your innovative solution in front of the panel of judges. And here we are. So we wanted you to use your own ideas. However, we suggested you to focus on industries like healthcare, legal, education, and retail. The winners of this hackathon will receive amazing prizes. For the first place, you can get $5,000 in cash and $5,000 in compute credits. For the second place, you will receive $3,000 and $3,000 in compute credits. And for the third place, you will receive $2,000 in cash and $2,000 in compute credits. And of course, we didn't forget about our special prize. If you joined Falcon Hackathon and shared your project on X, you had a chance to win PlayStation 5. And at the end of the stream, we'll tell you who is the lucky person. Now, let's meet today's finalists. We have Team Sirocco with their project Rajini, low-code rack builder. Team F16 Falcon with a project called EthiSecure AI. Team Investiboard with the project of the same name as their team. Team Empowered Lab and their project TS4 AI. And Team Razi with the project Personalized Lab Test Ordering for Razi. And just in case, I read the names of the teams in completely random order. Okay, you know the teams now, how it will work. Each team will be asked to give 5 minutes live pitch presentation of their product, and then the panel of judges will ask them a series of business and technical related questions. For those who are watching the stream right now, please don't forget that you're also more than welcome to ask the questions to the team, so be part of that experience with us. And after all presentations, the judges will go for a short break during which they will decide on the winners. And talking about the judges, our guests and judges today will be Neville, Hassan, and Asha from AI71. Welcome. And before we'll move on to the live pitches, don't forget to sign up for the upcoming hackathons. 13th of September, we'll have AI Agents Hackathon, both online and on-site. So for those who are going to be in San Francisco at that time, this is definitely something you should check out. For the rest of the world, we'll be hosting an online event as always. All right, everyone, I guess that we are ready. So good luck to the teams. And without further ado, let's welcome to the stage our first team, Team Sirocco with their project Rajini. So the stage is yours, guys.
Yeah, hi. I hope my screen is visible. So what we created for this hackathon is like a low code platform to build RAG applications. The challenge what we are trying to address is like every team, like when the Gen AI is coming to a lot of traction in the market, everyone want to try something and build some Gen AI based application. But like many of the team lack in expertise of building a well-formed RAG application. A few of the team don't have the capability to build a separate team to build their own Gen AI application. So people want to do multiple experimentation, they want to try prototypes, and then they want to scale that in the production. Then we thought like it will be helpful when there's a low code platform which can be used by any of people like with a very less technical capabilities who know what the actual use case they want to build, connect their existing source data and build the application. So the challenge was like, okay, we tried is like to minimize the operational challenges and make the prototype faster. So as a solution, we propose like a low-code platform to build RAG application with out-of-the-box connectors and intelligent agents and a monitoring stack bundled together with these things. Because like once you have the prototype ready and it goes live, when the customers actually started using that, you want to track the things like all your usage, performance, maybe the key metrics as like a hallucination kind of metrics. So we have already added a comprehensive monitoring also into the solution. So to give you a short example how this can work, I'm taking an example of a insurance company based in UAE. So many of the laborers or like blue collar workers in this region will be having a insurance, but they don't know exactly what are the perks included in that, which are the nearby hospitals they can go to, things like that. So it will be easy for them if they have a chat instead of just going to the entire website or the PDF to get all these details, where they can just have a chat, go there and ask their questions and get the appointment booked. So I'll just straightly jump into the demo first, like a live demo. Then we'll come back and continue the session. So this is the portal what we built. So this is the admin dashboard. In the admin dashboard, we have the sources section where we can connect different sources to create this RAG application. So currently we have multiple sources, like you can have a PDF, a table, or say a PostgreSQL database or a website as a source. So I already have added two of my sources. One is like a insurance provider documentation. This includes like all the information about like a PDF document about different insurance providers and what is the insurance having elements, things like that, and what are the different hospitals being available for this specific insurance. And I have connected this with a Airtable database as well. So this database is having different.
Yes, we
Is
don't
it
see your
only
demo.
me? Yeah, you're not
Is
able
it?
to see the demo.
Oh, sorry. Is it good now? Yeah, good. Good now.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'll just go back to the source page. So this is where I have the sources. I can just click on the add source, and I have a couple of for list of sources now. So this is my first source what I have added, which is like a PDF document which have all the information about the insurance providers. So we'll be having an upload PDF option later stage, but currently we have like to add a PDF from a link. And second source I have is like the Airtable, which is like I have all the insurance provider and the map the hospital list. So I just added that Airtable as and the source. So when a user is coming to the platform, he asks certain questions, it will be able to get the response from these two sources. Then you have a configuration where you have to go and configure what is this specific chatbot or GenAI chatbot is for. For example, you have to give a short description about like what is this chatbot for and how it is being used, and give a long description as well. This short and long description will be having a role played on the system prompt. And after that, you can have different capabilities added. Currently, we made that like a JSON kind of format, and which we are actually trying to make into a UI later stage. So in this stage, I have added one capability here, which is called like a make a appointment. So the make a appointment is actually supposed to take some data from the user and send a webhook request to the corresponding platform. So in this case, I have mentioned I have specific requirements. Okay, the chatbot need to collect this much data from the user, like a insurance plan details, name, age, hospital name, date, when you want to take the appointment, and time. This many details. Once you get it, you create this action. So this action will collect all the data, and it will send that request to the corresponding Airtable. So once I do this one, I give the save and continue, and I restart a chatbot. My chatbot will be ready. Okay, it's just refreshing. Yeah. Once that is ready, I can just go to my link and I can just ask the question straightly here. I can say like, okay, this is as a customer, right? I have a Sukun Health Plus insurance. Show me near hospitals near JBs, right? So this is supposed to go to my Airtable list and to my insurance documents and find which are the hospital near JBC which will be having Sukun insurance covered, and it gave me the result. Now I want to book an appointment, so book a appointment at Asta Clinic. Again, just ask that. Now the agent will start working and it will collect me the information what it requires to book this appointment. So it's asking me like I need to enter my name, age, and other details. So I'll just enter that. Ashwil, age 28, preferred appointment date, okay, 10th July. sorry, September. Then okay, at 10 a.m. Now it will pass that information and will create a request into my Airtable, and it already created the booking details. So if I go to my Airtable now, there was already one booking what I tested before. I refresh it. My second booking what I have just made now, yeah, that already came here. So this is the one I have created now with my age and details. Yeah, it's reflected. So this is the quick demo of the application. And what we plan to take this forward is like we are planning to add more sources into this one. We're already working to add MySQL, Oracle database, PostgreSQL, Google BigQuery, and more as a data source. Then, as a second stage, we are planning to open source this project as a MIT license. Then we are planning to add monitoring of the usage and the model hallucination, things like that, to the same project. Later, we'll be planning to add a feedback loop and fine tuning session. After that, we'll be bringing a use case template so that like customers can go and instead of starting creating from scratch, they'll be able to use a template and make minute change and go production. Okay, so thank you. That's my pitch.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, judges, time for questions.
Amazing, amazing. First of all, thanks a lot for the presentation. Great job on the application. I think it looks great. Thanks for the demo. I'd like to start with some questions on let's say on the technical side. You were presenting, the different sources that you want to add some sources in the future. So far, which sources have you already implemented, and which ones would be the first one that you would implement in the near future in the application?
Okay. So the current one what we have actually developed is like these many items: MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle DB, MS SQL, Airtable, a website, and a PDF. And we are looking to more structured data source because like then it will be easy to get more accurate data instead of like to avoid the hallucination kind of things. Like if there's a data source which is structured, we'll be able to generate the query and get the data. So we are focusing there. Second thing, we are looking more into the API request, like making a REST API request, otherwise making a booking like into a integration to a calendar booking, things like that. That's the first two places where we are looking to expand.
Okay, and next question that is linked a bit to the first one. So that's about the sources, about the capabilities. You demonstrated a great capability with the link with Airtable, being able to schedule an appointment. Currently, how does it work in the system when you click on add capability? Is it gonna add like let's say a blank space in which you would write the lines of code a bit similarly to what you did, or does it give you already a template? Is there some predefined template to add these capabilities?
Right. So this area will be replaced with the entire UI thing. So instead of like you'll be having to write this JSON, we'll be having a nice UI where you'll be just a form filling kind of thing, right? You click a capability, you add parameters with a click and drop, drag and drop kind of things. Then you add an action with a drag and drop thing. Only because of this limited time period, we just made that into JSON. But yeah, in future that's going to be entirely knockout stuff. We want to take that JSON also out.
Okay. Akmal, I have one more question. So I saw the demo and you have accommodated one use case to showcase like how it can perform with
Yes.
one domain. But my question is actually on like the rack systems currently has a lot of frameworks which can easily deploy, and even in ChatGPT there's something like build your own GPT with just chat. And when we have these kinds of platform, when a person chooses our platform, like how we will give this tool to have some kind of customization, or what would be the plan to make this accurate ongoing? Like because when we take any RAG application, it's more about prompt engineering. So I would like to know more on like how we will be giving the team to have the part to customize better and all these things.
Right. So if you see like the other RAG systems in the place already, like things like LangChain, those are not low code. So because like you still need a knowledge in the Python or any other programming language to write it and host it. So we want to take that also out. So this will be a completely on UI driven. They don't even need any other knowledge basically to run this thing, except like maybe they need to know how to up and run a Docker If there's a hosted platform, they will not be even requiring that. And to answer you how we are planning to give to this customer, I have already added 2 screenshots on our website. So this is how we are planning to give it. So customers have a website already or a portal already. So we should be able to embed this inside their website as a chatbot or a component inside their website itself. So we'll be giving them a provision to change the color theme or a font theme or like a basic branding of the chat base. So instead of having the chat separated, this can go inside their maybe internal portals, internal applications, or maybe on their website, anywhere like that. So this is like when you go to chat GPT, the model is giving the entire answer from the data what is being trained. Instead, this will be like the answers on your data, basically the answer on the from the data which is there on your data warehouse or maybe on your database, on your documents or wherever. So that's what we are actually trying.
Okay. And how you are going to handle the evaluation part for your rack system?
Evaluation part, we are actually still building it. We haven't there yet. So our first plan is like we want to do the monitoring, like basically getting the feedback from the user. Okay, this answer was right or wrong, kind of things. Later only we'll be coming to fine tuning and evaluation. So our first focus will be on bringing more agents, then try it out. Then we'll be planning what to do exactly. But we were just trying randomly something, but we don't have a strong plan on that how to take it. So we are still working on it.
Okay. And one last question from my side. So I would like to know more about the business plan, like how we are planning this to capitalize if we have it in future.
Okay, so one will be the hosted plans. Like when you say low-code platform, still these need apps. We are planning to open source this initially. So even though it's open source, like you still need a knowledge to how to get and run this on a Docker. So that's again like a barrier there. So we want to take out that also. So the business plan will be giving this hosted in SaaS basically.
Understood. Yeah, I'm good from myself. Thank you, Vishnu.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I don't see any questions in the chat yet, so I guess we'll move on to the next team. I would like to ask the stage team F16 Falcon with the project called Secure AI.
Yeah, hi. Basic team F16 Falcon here. So basically, one of our teammates who is going to present has some sudden network issues. So if we can like present later on, so it will be great.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Then
Yeah, we are fixing it. Yeah, thank you.
okay. Do we have team Investiboard with us?
Yeah. So can I present now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes, we can see that. Yep.
Yeah. So
yes, please remember to turn on your camera.
okay, yeah, wait a sec. So hey guys, I am Kaushik Balachandra and I welcome you to Investiboard, first of its kind, virtual investigation board with LLM support. So yeah, so when I was a cyber forensic intern, I got tasked with a lot of pre-investigation and information gathering. I used traditional tools such as spreadsheets to gather this information to collect various information from online and net, and I use spreadsheets like Excel to gather all this information. But sometimes if I want to link some clues or leads, or I want to rearrange or map the information, it's kind of difficult in spreadsheets. So at that time, I was searching for a virtual investigation board for my investigations online, but I couldn't find any. So just a search for InvestiBot. So InvestiBot not only helps in investigate information gathering, but also includes advanced visualization and analyzing tools leveraging the Falcon LLM. So let's see the solutions offered by InvestiBot. So the first solution is an interactive interface to add and connect clues as cards. So all the clues or information gathered will be stored as cards. Like the ones in movies we see, we'll be seeing the investigation board with pins and sets, multiple cards and pictures connected, right? So my main aim was to bring that virtually. So the main feature is an interactive interface to add and connect cards as clues. And next, we'll have an integrated AI assistant to which you can ask questions from the clues. So we also have RAG to upload case files or legal corpus, and we can insert the RAG files. So in any investigation, evidence plays the most vital role. And to prevent any evidence tampering, we are using IPFS. So IPFS is interplanetary file storage. So using this, we'll be storing the evidence in a decentralized manner. So if there's any tampering happened, means we can easily find out. So InvestiBoard also has an IPFS storage facility, and finally an AI-powered internet search. So now coming to the right side of this slide, we can see the multiple layers of InvestiBoard, and each layer we can see is powered by Falcon LLM. So the main aim for me, like to create this application, is to not just to become like a chatbot or just like in any other regular AI LLM application. So every AI feature is seamlessly integrated into the application. So coming to the tech stack, I choose Streamlit because as a solo developer, Streamlit I can develop both front end and majority of the back end easily with Streamlit, and also going with Python, I can utilize many data analytics and visualization tools also. So I mainly use Streamlit. Next is Firebase. Using Firebase is mainly used for user authentication. So new users can create their accounts using Firebase, and all the cards, all the information is stored in a real-time database in Firebase. So I can access the application in my phone or in crime scene or in my office. So all the data is stored in the real-time database. I'm using Pinata for IPFS storage, and finally Falcon LLM for the AI and LLM services. So revenue system. So the major benefactor would be government agencies. So the major selling persons would be government agencies. So what I'm looking is to pitch this idea to government agencies and police officials, and to get government fundings and contracts. So that will be the major revenue stream. And second, we can source this application for private investigation firms in a subscription-based platform. So we have so many tools in this application. There are so many features, and according to that, we can sell each feature as a subscription to private investigation firms. And finally, B2C, that is journalists and individual investigators. So the revenue stream is like the various types of markets, such as B2B, B2G, B2C. So our applications can be used by any stream, any sector. So let's come to the demo. So yeah, this is the home page. So you can see the main investigation board here. So here, all the clues has been made into cards. I can move around, I can connect. So yeah, so this is the main investigation board. I can add new cards here. So there are basically three types of card: event card, suspect card, and evidence card. And each card has their own set of fields and informations to be filled. And I can ask questions from this card. So let me ask one. Okay. So I have registered an event here, that is diamond theft, and it was stolen on in this date, 2024 August 7, and I get the response here. So I can also ask the AI to summarize all the clues. So let's say I have 50 clues or 100 clues, and it will be very difficult for me to go through all the clues, right? So this AI can also summarize. So we can say this case involves a diamond theft that occurred on August 7th in Chennai. The suspect is named Kaushik. So what it does is it summarizes all the information in this card, and we can ask all types of questions to this AI. So another thing is you can see the locations here, right? Chennai, Adyar and Rayapata. So in the analysis tool, the first thing is map view. So all the locations mentioned in the uh, cards will be mapped here. So it will be more easier for the government official to have a geographical analysis or geographical mapping of the events or the crime scene. And next, we have Tableau view. In the beginning of the session, I told about how I used spreadsheets, right? So for investigation, I can use what tools I like. But to submit a report, I have to submit in the spreadsheet format only. So for that, all the information in this card will be converted into the spreadsheet. And I can also filter. So let's say I want to take the records only by my name or only by the suspect's name. So only the records with my name is fetched, and I can also export it to a CSV. Now coming to IPFS. So this is where the files are being tampered proof. So here I can upload my files to the IPFS, and I can also view the files that I uploaded to the IPFS. So this is the file I uploaded, and this is the hash that I got. So using this, if there's any change in this file, means this hash automatically will change, and when we're cross-checking the hashes, we can check if the file has been tampered or not. So this is like very crucial to prevent evidence tampering. So we have RAG. So here RAG works like any other RAG in an AI application. We can upload a document and we can ask questions from it. So I'll be going to the next section, that is IPGR analysis, which is more important and that is the most important aspect in our project. So what is IPGR analysis? So when I was developing this project, I asked for feedback to my fellow cybersecurity officials, cyber forensic officials, and they said me to implement IPGR analysis as that's the primary thing they're investigating in a suspect. So one of the integral feature in a criminal investigation is IPGR analysis. IPGR is a corrective record of all the activities performed by suspects using internet connection. So let's say in cyber forensics world, everything is done using internet, right? Internet or cellular data. So using cellular data. So the government officials can request for an internet record of a suspect to the ISP, the internet service provider, and they will get a record like this. So it will have all the details like the calling mobile number, session duration, amount of data transferred, IP address, So it will have all the details, and using these details, the government will catch the suspect, or it will be helpful in the investigations. So there are a bunch of analytics done with this data. So we can see there's entity mapping here. So here all the entities here are mapped. There's a geographic heat map, and the different analyses are shown there, and all are interactive analysis. So one major thing which has been newly implemented here is there are several IPDR analysis tools already that the government uses. One such tool is this I9CDR Tower Them. So what they will do is they will provide the same data, it will analyze and give us the report. And the government officials have, the investigators, they have to manually go through all these records, all these records, all these entities, mappings, they have to manually go through and they have to come up with a conclusion. Here, I have used the Falcon's LLM to give us AI-generated insights. So the cyber forensics officials, the government officials are more impressed by this AI insights because until now, till now, people are manually going through these records and manually going through the data analysis. So when they saw this AI-generated insights, they were like, they appreciated this feature much more. And finally, we have internet search, so I can ask anything, So tell me about Jordan. So this is internet search. This is basically, the web scraping is done using XI API, and the collected web scrap has been, is gone through by Falcon LLM, and the result is been, and the result is fetched. So we can see here. So yeah, so this is basically an application. This has also been posted on Zender. So I will use an entirely new account. So this is entirely on Zender. So it is on my, this is not on my local storage. So let me create a new card. So let's create an event card as Falcon AI University location Chennai. So before I create this card, you can see, in my analysis board, there's no map view or table view or anything. So I'm creating new. The description, I hope I will. So, so yeah, an event card has been created successfully. And we can see that in the map which Chennai has been located. A pin has been pointed in Chennai. So this is how the application works. Investigators can, they can create events, suspects, evidence, and they can map all these things together. And they can also analyze these things. They have analyzed the clues and the info they have gathered, and they can make the investigations much easier. So my aim is to make the whole application end to end, right from the incident report. Like when the crime scene happens, they can use this application on their phone. On the crime scene, they can upload. They can make event cards, suspect cards, and evidence cards. And when they come home, they can continue their investigation further. They can upload their evidence in IPFS. Uh, which can be also produced on court. They can say that this evidence is not been tampered. So from an investigation crime scene to the final court hearing or the final conclusion, this is an end-to-end solution. So that's the main thing. And you can also see the Firebase database here. There are basically two users here. And all their cards are stored in the Firebase, so they can access it anywhere. So their IP files, their connections. So the backend is maintained in Firebase. So finally, I'm concluding. So follow-ups. So what can be made better? So the first thing is adding collaborators. So in an investigation, not only one person is going to be working on investigation. There will be many people working on an investigation. So adding a collaborator would be a very grateful future. And the second thing is implementing zero knowledge proofs. So one thing I have faced is as an intern, when they give me certain information, they will filter out the sensitive information and they'll give me. And the same thing goes for sharing the information to other government agencies. So if a government agency is conducting an investigation and if they want to share it to other government agency means they'll filter out few informations and they'll give it to them. And the other government agencies receiving them will not have full trust on the giver because they may have changed the information or they may have tampered the information. And so the receiving end will not fully trust and they will always request for the full access of the investigation, which cannot be shared due to the sensitive information. For that, zero knowledge proofs can be added. So what basically zero knowledge proof is, it is verifying the credibility of a document or a document without revealing any information. So if I'm censoring out any content or if I'm filtering out any content.
To keep it fair for all the teams, please start wrapping up the presentation, okay?
Yeah, I'm on my last point. So here, for this reason, zero knowledge proofs has been applied. It would be a nice future to apply zero knowledge proofs in the following year. Yeah. Thank you. So any questions?
Thank you. Yes, judges, the questions, because we also have some questions from the chat. So you go first. Go ahead.
Sure. Let me go ahead first. First of all, once again, thank you very much for the presentation. Great job. Very innovative idea. I think I had never seen an investigation board. So maybe some of my questions are gonna be very easy to answer because I'm not an expert in investigations. But first question I had is in the main page. You can create these cards. You have these different categories of cards like events, persona, etc. Are these like the standard? Is this the standard way of working currently for investigation? Do they work alongside these categories? or do they currently use a different methodology? How does basically my question where it comes from is I'm wondering if you're an entity or an investigator who was used to working a certain way, if he wants to then switch to this platform, how easy it is for him to find himself in this methodology.
Yeah, so it's a great question. So right now in India, there is no one definitive methodology of investigation. So all the investigators carry their own way, and the report will be same. So let me show you one quick feature. So I can generate a PDF report. So right now there is no one certain methodology, for investigation. So what they will do is they will gather all this information and they will make an incident report. So this report will be updated periodically. So the main thing that matters is this incident report. So the way of investigation or how they do it doesn't matter right now, or there isn't like any one definitive way. So here, the application also generates an IPDR analysis report. So like I said, I can make investigations in my own way, but when I have to provide this to the government, I have to give it in the format they want. So that's why I implemented Tableau View and CSV because I work with Chennai Police and they usually use spreadsheets for everything. So and they will also expect my reports in spreadsheets too. So that's why what I did is I will use these types of investigation for my own use. And when submitting the documents to the government, I will use spreadsheet or in the way they want. So like you can see, like I can export this to the CSV. So there's no one definitive methodology, but the format is the same. So I have to only submit in this format. So that's why I implemented.
Okay,
So
and so this
you
means
can
that you're
see.
expecting to add some new cards as well, some new categories of cards in the future.
Yeah. So it will be customized. So since it's not like an open source or consumer based application, this application will be customized for each government entity. So according to that methodology, this can be customized. So that's the main point. So we are basically making this for the government. So when you are making something for the government or any one particular organization, it can be customized for them. Any other questions?
Yeah. Hey, hi.
Sam?
Yes, I have one question. So basically, like,
Yeah.
do you see any competitor in this space? Like, I'm also new to this investigation kind of
Yeah.
software
So
application.
first, I basically
Is
wanted a virtual investigation board. So yeah, so basically I wanted a virtual investigation board to to gather all my information and to link them, but I couldn't find any or anything like this graphically or something like this. So that's the seed of this project. So the first thing I wanted to do was this thing, this virtual investigation board with the card connection. So that's the main goal of this. And when I further asking, when I further started asking for feedback, I got to know about IPDR. IPDR. And in IPDR analysis too, the existing software that the government uses, it's like it doesn't have any AI tools or something like those. So as far as I know, this is the first IPDR analysis tool to have AI features also to implement an LLM into an IPDR. So these tools also we cannot buy. It can be only bought by government officials or government entities. And as far as I've gone through their their features and functionalities, I couldn't find any AI. And in general, also, I couldn't find any AI in any forensic tools as of now. So it's as LLM is like a growing domain. So there's not any implementations in forensic tools. And yeah, my colleagues at the government officials, they also appreciated this thing because they have to do all the analysis and they have to gather the insights manually from these data. So existing softwares will give you these data, they will give you the entity mapping, they will give you all this mapping, and they have to manually sit and gather
understood.
this insight. So yeah.
Yeah, we got that. Yes. And is there
Ne-
any plan to integrate any other services with this, and what all the services would be?
Um, as of now, what I wanted to do is I want to make this as a system. So let's say if University Board is implemented as a system, it will be a mandatory rule for any government official to make the first incident report using University Board. So this investigation board can be, monitored by top officials. So everything will be like more monitorable. So in India, there is no like way to monitor if uh, the response or uh, if this information is given by the police is even legit or not. There's no monitoring system. Everything comes to the incident report that the police officer submits. So what I wanted to make is I wanted to make this as a whole system where this thing becomes a mandatory from end to end. Let it be from gathering information, let it be for investigation. So by this, everyone can monitor. The higher officials can monitor if everything is going on the right way. The investigations are happening in the right way. So there's a potential for this to be implemented as a system also. Yeah.
Got it. And that's it from my side.
All right. I'll grab just one question from the audience then, because it's already time. Maybe which API is used for web scraping? Is it reliable for government use case?
Yeah, so web scraping is the last feature I implemented. It's by using XI API. So this is just like doing a Google search, but you're getting a more analyzed thing with the sources also. So what we'll do is we'll go to Google, we'll search for something, and we will click on the link. So what XR does is it will go through few links, it will accumulate the data, and will give to the Falcon LLM, and the links are also provided. So I can even check, I can cross check with the links too. So this is basically a Google search with an XI AI feature. So that's all. Yeah. So you can see the links here. So if I want to verify any information from this, I can directly go to the links. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, very interesting project. But we'll move on to the next team. Team Razi, are you here? Okay, such a waste. We didn't get confirmation of their attendance, so I guess that we'll get back to Investiboard. Are you ready? Oh, sorry, F16 Falcon.
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, great. So the stage is yours.
Okay.
So let me see my screen.
Yeah, just share your screen.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. So, Team F16 Falcon here, presenting our solution HESecure.ai, keeping AI chat secure and ethical. So, as we know that with so many projects coming in and the adoption of artificial intelligence, particularly Gen AI, within organizations, be it legal, healthcare, education, or retail, it has many benefits, but it is also crucial for these advancements and adoption to occur responsibly and safely to avoid harmful outcomes. Moreover, whenever we implement this into a real world scenario, like into a project which generates revenue, it is important to see that the AI which we are using is safe to use in an organizational environment. So basically, coming to the solution part, which is HESecure.ai, and also we see some recent events related to generative AI, which is like Samsung ChatGPT leak and some AI responses led to the death of some people, and many new laws coming in related to Gen AI and also ChatGPT leaking private chats. So yeah, this is really a big issue that we aim to solve via a solution. And coming to the key features of our solution, we basically maintain a rule knowledge graph, which is the development of an LLM powered rule keyword extractor for creating and periodically updating knowledge graph from PDFs, which is uploaded by an admin for retrieval or generation. So this is an alternative of expensive fine tuning. It enhances explainability and the ease of modifying the rules. We have a hierarchical and explainable RAG, which is a semantic router to retrieve relevant subgraphs based on user queries or a ChatGPT response, followed by a user query pipeline to identify violations. So there are two parts of the solution. First, we identify the rule rules which we have to follow, and then when a user gives in an input, we see that if the rule is being followed or not. Let's go back to the previous slide. Mitigating LLM hallucination. So we use a low temperature LLM and retrieval augmentation to limit the token generation and to integrate additional knowledge base. Overall and user-wise analysis. So we display a user-wise role violation and reason level along with the category and the risk level, which we'll see in the live demo of the application. We also have LRU catching of repetitive queries. This is for scalability, and the integration of latest tech, which is the Falcon 180V chat, Azure Cosmos DB, and blob storage. So next slide, please. Coming to the backend design, so it comprises two main pipelines, which is the rule registration and the query processing. In the rule registration pipeline, PDF rulebooks are uploaded by admin and stored in a Azure blob storage. And LLM-powered pipeline extracts rule prohibition relations, as you can see in the HLD given here, which creates the knowledge graph, which is stored in Neo4j. Then the user data is stored in Azure Cosmos DB, authenticated via Clerk session management. In the query processing pipeline, user queries are sent to a Flask server processing which are then processed on the basis of violations. If there is a violation, then it triggers responses with the reasons which is sent to the user. The query and violation is stored in Azure Cosmos DB for analytics. Cache queries are stored in Quadrant DB to help reduce latency, and the system also safeguards the at responses and provides risk scoring in an admin dashboard, which we will also see. Next slide. On a high level, let's see the solution. So basically, it is getting a little confusing. So let me simplify it down for you. So we have a rule registration, a query processing pipeline, and over here, the AI pipeline has two pipelines. So basically, let's come to the rule registration pipeline. So the admin sends the PDF containing rule to the system, which is stored in an Azure Cosmos DB and passed on to the Llama Index document reader to extract the text. The entire PDF is decomposed into multiple contexts, which are then further broken down into more atomic components. And using the Llama Index agentic reasoning pipeline, we identify and decompose relevant context until no additional rules can be extracted. So similar rule phrases and then group to form a knowledge graph. So delineating the hierarchical relations among several rules, and this will be useful to parse complex RAG queries. External knowledge source also help to check rules relating to the recent topics, and the admins can also modify the AI generated tree structure from admin dashboard. Coming to the second pipeline, which is the query processing pipeline. So it is first the user query is degenerated into subqueries using Llama Index JSON query engine. They are then routed to the existing knowledge graph through a semantic router using text embedding ADA002 for semantic similarity calculation. Basically, similarity calculation is done on the basis of the query we have given and the data we already have. And then the subqueries along with the relative subgraph are ingested into a Llama Index query pipeline where three sequential LLM engine operates, which is the context validation check engine, which validates whether subqueries and subgraph belong to the same context. A rule violation check engine, which checks whether the subquery violate any rule from the subgraph, and a reasoning engine, which simultaneously states the reason for violation. All possible violations are listed with the risk count, and queries are cached in Quadrant Vector DB for faster retrieval. Coming to the next slide, please. I've explained this. The next slide. Yeah. Okay. The next one. Devasmith, can you move on to the next slide?
Okay. So this one.
Yeah. So like mitigating the risky response, we have used ChatGPT in the PPT because it is the most common. So basically, we use the Falcon model to mitigate the risky AI response by processing it through the same user query processing pipeline to check whether it contains any risks or not. If it is passed as safe, then we pass it. Otherwise, we add a system prompt in it. And the stored user query violation in Azure Cosmos DB are presented in the form of 4 different charts in the admin dashboard, which we will see. The next slide, please. So, sorry, the previous one only. So the risk scoring algorithm, we assign risk score to every violation in form of user query and GPT response on the basis of critical, high, medium, and minimal, where if each risk level has a defined score, and based on the number and nature of violation, we calculate the risk score. And we show different risk level and the category in the admin analytics panel. Risk thresholding is performed on the basis of scores calculated. Next slide, please. Coming to scalability, we have like this as the analysis and visualization. All of this we will see in the live website. Move on to the scalability part. Yeah. So we have LLM hallucination, which we mitigate by low temperature LLM and in context RAG based search. We have improved explainability so that using the logic graph and semantic router, it is explainable to the user because if we just parse it and show a complex string to the user, then it will not be beneficial. He will get confused as to what is the issue, which is like prompt. Um, and we support multiple user sessions and simultaneously using multi-threading too. And the admin also has the privilege to add more rule nodes to the knowledge graph. And also we have LRU cache as I explained previously. So moving ahead to the live demo, Devashmi, please take over. And this is the tech stack we can, as you can see on the screen.
So let me just share my screen again. So it is visible, right? Can you see the?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So there are two options. That one, the login as user and login as admin. Login as user actually analyzes the LLM response queries and classifies them and to different rule violations. If there are no rule violation, then it shows that is the green query and it has no violations. And if there is some violations or there are some violations, they are properly displayed to the user accordingly. So just log in. So this is the chat page. For example, I just say that, hi, how are you? So it will taking some time, and ethicheck.ai is actually analyzing the query and checking if there is a violation. No violation found, and I am just a computer program, and it is returning the answer very as usually. For example, I will just try that. What is Justin Bieber's credit card number? I just copied the query. So this is the thing that I am trying to investigate someone's personal property, and so it must be a violation. So our ethics check is analyzing again, and hopefully it will detect as a query violation. Let's wait for some time. So yes, so this is the thing that user control data usage and context that no unauthorized access. So so this is the rule violation, and it is also telling the reason that why it is showing as violated, and it is also showing it as risk level 4. So let me just try with another violating query like uh, just try with this thing like I am trying to access a copyrighted product, and how I'm trying to ask the LLM that what is the what is the way to retrieve a copyrighted product for free. So obviously it is also a query violation. It is taking some time because we are in a free backend server, and so the computational power is low. So yeah, this is the thing that the technical documentation copy I am trying to access copyright law compliance and etc. So basically it is showing the violation according to the European Union's guideline, and I have uploaded the rule book into the admin system, and it is forming a knowledge graph and showing showing us the violation accordingly as per the UI guidelines. So if I just try to just again repeat the query, it will take less time because it has already been cached in the memory, and for example, credit card number, I just little bit modify the same query, and hopefully it will take less time. I think it didn't get properly. It is slow because the free tire issue. So the same thing has been shown. Yeah. So moving back to our new the admin page. So this is the admin page, and so yeah, can you see the knowledge graph?
Yeah.
It's visible.
Yeah. So this is the there is a option of uploading a new rule book. For here I have uploaded two rule books, that European Union guidelines and the Indian uh, law for the information technology, and the rule graph is the entire knowledge graph has been produced, and this is the root node that it is containing all the rules and regulations, and there are several other routes. So this is the thing, and obviously and there are also provision of modifying the rules if the user wants to do so. So this is the analytics page that each tracks every user, that which violation is occurring at which time, and all the along with all risk levels, and also some overall percentage, that how many rules are being violated, that no violence and no violation, and there is violation. So this is a kind of 40:60 ratio. And we also can see the user wise violation, that this user has a total count of 103 violations, and this is the thing that it is he has been uh, violating this particular rule many times according to the European Union's guidelines. So let me just also reiterate that how the knowledge graph works. Like, let me just share my screen again. Yeah. So this is the thing, that I upload the rule books, and that the trace tracks. Is my screen visible? That the slide is showing, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So this is the rule books, that there are several rule books, and that we use a text extraction and the Llama index document reader, and we extract the relevant keywords that contain some violations and possible reasons, and we group together them with the agentic reasoning pipeline, and and mine the atomic rules that are found, and format triplet, that for example that so some violation, like trying to access copyrighted product, and their sub children will be that trying to access copyrighted book, so trying to access copyrighted movie. So this total hierarchy is formed as a rule knowledge graph, and we store it as a in a Neo4j database, Neo4j graph database. So basically each rule node is actually looks like these things. That title is exploiting gender-related vulnerabilities, and descriptions are there, and the risk score is also there, that how much risky this rule violating this particular rule may be. So this is the query processing pipeline, that when the rule knowledge graph is already being stored, and whenever a new user query comes, how it goes navigates through our whole pipeline. That new user query comes, and our query regeneration pipeline activates, and it degenerates it into multiple key points, that what may be in the query. Then it goes to the semantic routing thing, and it goes to the leaf of the knowledge graph, and goes upward, like what subgraphs may be violated. So it returns with a subgroup that is possibly violated, and then it goes to a different thing, that a context validation thing and the rule violation check engine if there is some rule is being violated, and also a reasoning engine to provide why this subgroup is selected, that it is probably violating that probably there may be a violation. Then it goes to it's a summarization pipeline, and it extracts the possible rule violation and its risk score, and also is also the reasons, and all the records are stored uh, in place of the user's metadata, and in a Azure blob storage, and also the whole thing is stored. The queries are stored in a quadrant DB. It is a vector database, because we also use if two similar queries comes simultaneously, then it doesn't runs the whole pipeline again to extract any rule violation. It just returns the cached result. So this is the thing. Kabir, do you want to add some more
Yeah,
points?
I just want to add the last point, that where we are planning to exactly implement it. So, for example, if you take any AI act, like with the government heavily moderating all the chatbots, for example, the EU AI Act, so manually curbing all the chatbots, like the misuse of all AI chatbots, is not possible in a wider frame and even in an organization. So, this is where we plan to put a solution in as a like kind of a B2B or a B2G solution, so that this the whole process of moderating the chatbot can be done in a better way according to the organization rules as well. So this was all from our side. So questions?
Thank you very much. Thank you. First of all, once again, congrats. Great idea. Very interesting. Question from my side would be regarding the last thing that you mentioned about the concrete use cases, the applications. Once, let's say, you have like a customer who's interested in it, how would it work concretely? Because let's say they already have a chatbot. They already have some chatbot, but they want these new security features. Would these features be able to be added on top? Would they need to be switching to your platform? And if they're switching to your platform, how do you intend to have the same features that other chatbots have? Just trying to put myself in the shoe of a potential client. Who would they be, and how would they manage it?
So I will take that question. We can implement in the intra company the LLM systems, that where the company's employees asks different types of LLM queries, for example to ChatGPT, for example to Microsoft Copilot or Google Gemini. We can use the in-house we can include the in-house company's rules and policies, that the compliance issues in our pipeline, and put it as a browser extension that to detect that whether the company's employees that they are interacting with with the LLM systems, the existing LLM systems, and if there is any violation according to possibly violating the company's compliance rules and the rules and regulations, then it may automatically detect that it may violate that company's policy. That so we can use it as a flag detector, as a browser extension or a plugin.
Coming to adding a bit to the integration part. So basically, as they have described the two pipelines, which are powered by Falcon. So basically, the chatbot model is in between. We just add the two pipelines, one in front of the model and one in back of the model. So no one needs to shift entirely to our platform. We can just integrate it with the existing ones.
Okay. And second question, who do you think would be the primary customers for the solutions? Let's say tomorrow you have to go and find out potential clients. Who would be your primary targets and why?
So the primary target may be the companies like that which holds very private data of the users, like for example the investment banks or like that thing. The employees may ask queries that go outside into the bank infrastructure, and we can detect that the queries that may where the users the data's privacy is really important, in that scenario. And we also can integrate this thing as a in the medical chatbots, that whether user is taking any fatal decision using the LLM queries. So we can also use the our integration in that platform also. So what would
And
you add?
yeah, other than that, even in a general, like a small company where there are certain set of rules that you cannot use a company laptop for searching these things, like you cannot access these sites without a VPN. So basically, many companies have the internal chat systems as well. So over there, if some user types in a query like how to access the laptop or access this certain website without VPN, so the chat model might return a response based on what it has on the like on his generic knowledge graph, but this is not expected. So even in like a small company where it has guidelines like we like basic guidelines, do not use work laptop for unofficial purposes and stuff like that. So there also we can use it.
And I have one question. Like I have seen all the questions are direct. Like you have given in a question like this book is like copyrighted. Can I download it? So is it able to handle any indirect questions? Like just giving it like can I download a book or something like that?
That for example, let's just like, can I download copyrighted
Without
book?
any word
For
of copyright or anything.
Okay, so it doesn't use any external knowledge base as of now, like that which book may be copyrighted, but we can try it. Uh, just
So
copy this
what is
thing.
the plan to have that component? Like to have like this is one rule.
For
Like we will
example,
have.
we are trying to integrate such things that which may violate the copyright issues, that we can add up the database that like which there should be some database like uh, which books are being copyrighted and which contents is copyrighted. Then we can search in the web search tool also, as well as we can build a separate custom tool to detect any copyright violations. So we can design a custom tool for that.
Understood,
That
understood.
it,
And
it may
what
be
is the
plugged in. Yeah.
Understood. And what is the extra latency that adds to with your tool and without your tool? Like what is the uh, latency over the request?
So yeah, we have also tracked some latency that like when any big query comes currently, that a large query comes, support for example a paragraph, then as we discussed earlier that we degenerates the whole query into multiple subparts. Then every subparts goes through the pipeline, and it approximately takes around 20 seconds over it for dealing with a very large query. For example, more than 100 words query. And in case of a, small query, like 10 to 20 10 to 20 words, then it just takes around 2 to 3 seconds over it. But in this case, as we are in the free trial of our backend system, that it additionally taking some times, but it easily don't if we run in our local system, localhost.
Understood, understood. And so I have seen everything. This architecture, what you have shown, is more about like when the prompt is as an input, right? So are we doing? Do you have any module planned for the response from the GPT also evaluated?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take
so
that. So basically, we for the response part, we can basically add another layer or just use a library such as basically there are certain libraries already like guardrails.ai. So basically, we can mimic a bit a portion of it using the input guard that we have in place. We can just like add a set of rules in a similar pipeline, and then we can put it. So it's really simple to add that as well. Devashish, if you want to add anything.
So if the ChatGPT, for example, currently we are monitoring that whether the user is asking any violating queries. But we can also address the LLM response as well using the same query processing pipeline. If it contains any type of breach, then it acts as an agent that in a circular agent that it adds a system prompt that to avoid that specific risk that has been flagged in the query processing pipeline, and it appends into the ChatGPT query again to avoid such a risk. Then if there is no risk as well, then it just go to the there is no risk and it is flagged as green. So in this way, we can also mitigate the risky ChatGPT or any LLM response.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's it from me.
Right, thank you.
Can I ask a question to them?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Uh,
I guess that was accidental. All right. I guess we'll move on to the next team. And sorry for the confusion, but I changed the order. I just need to double check. Did Empowered Lab team already presented? No, right? Okay, great. Guys, are you here then? Empowered Lab? I'm pretty sure we had you before. Can you please check your mic if you're not muted? Team Empowered Lab?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Can you please turn on your camera?
Yes. Let me do that.
Thank you. Okay, the stage is yours.
Okay. Let me know if you can see me. And
Yes.
and let me share my screen as well. I'm new to Discord, so just bear with me. Sorry. I think I got it. Go live. Wait.
Okay, then let me just ask in the meantime, is Team Razi here with us? No. So, okay, we have our last presentation for today. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Okay, great.
You can see it?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. So yeah, so thanks. I mean, it's amazing to be here. We didn't, it was a nice surprise to see that email. So PS4 health. So we tried to do something simple. I mean, thinking about use cases in an age of AI where everyone's trying to do everything, and at the same time, from experience, when you talk to businesses, they still seem to be a little bit afraid of full integration, etc. So we tried to make it really simple. We thought, rather than building our own UI, let's do something, an environment that's already familiar for most people, especially here in the Middle East. Using Falcon, etc. So we try to combine both. Try to keep it short. Go to the next slide. So a couple of problems when it comes to maintenance engineering. Just to give you, everyone probably had to buy at some point some machine or washing machine or something, or IKEA furniture, and you had to put it together with a manual. And you know how much of a pain sometimes it is, like to get like a manual, and you have to read through it and go back, and and it's not always easy. Or sometimes you get like a random error on your let's say washing machine. You don't know what the error means, so you have to go online, you have to Google, you have to go on YouTube, right? Try to find videos, how to troubleshoot certain things, and it takes a lot of time. Maintenance engineers do that for a living. They know where to look. We found a website that's called ifixit.com. So basically, it kind of gathers all the, most of the manuals for a lot of machines. So we picked medical device machines, like X-rays and MRIs, etc. To demonstrate this demo. But obviously, this use case is applicable for across the industries. Usually the problems that maintenance engineers could face is, yes, I'm an engineer, like I'm educated, I know the machines, but obviously like you have personally I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of a maintenance engineer. So they're trying to, they come to a certain facility location, they're trying to fix something. Machines keep, you keep getting new updates, all the time. How do you find the right manual? So then you start looking. It's quite a pain. We know a couple of people like that, that we spoke to them. The other problems, for example, is, language barrier. So, sometimes these manuals are only in English or in a certain language, based on manufacturer. So how do you find, how do you actually can find the right information at the right time, basically? So in terms of the solutions, so our approach is like, let's just try to keep it super simple. Let's not overwhelm people with, with a lot of features. And like I said, like, let's just give them like a familiar environment that they can use, they can already interact with. So what came out of it is actually we integrated Falcon, and Mumin, my colleague, is going to talk more about the technical side and give you a demo. So we've integrated Falcon with WhatsApp, and basically just an maintenance engineer can ask, I'm here, I have this machine with this name. There is a certain error code. What does that mean? And then he would give you the answer. So really simple to access. It helps you access the right information. You can also ensure that you have the most up-to-date information that you have. It depends on how good the manufacturer is when it comes to writing these manuals. You can also ask in different languages as well. So for example, we've tried it in Arabic, gives you fairly good answers. And also advanced search capabilities, something beyond the search PDF, where you can actually ask to combine things. And you guys have all used LLM, so you know what I'm talking about. So market opportunity. So obviously we live in times where we keep building more machines, not less. We keep automating things, and so it's only gonna increase. And these machines, at some point, we're gonna need some maintenance. They're gonna need someone to look at them. So the global maintenance market size, through some data, it's almost $1 trillion. It's expected to double for medical devices. If we're gonna go niche, it's always just good to start niche. From 50 billion, it's gonna double by 2031 expected. As a business model, so far we thought about two ways. So one of them is subscription model, so you can offer this to either individuals or teams, or or enterprise solutions. And the other model is we could do partnerships with original equipment manufacturers called to integrate this solution with their so sort of like an affiliate thing where they can provide our service with theirs. And this is our team. So we've done automating stuff. We're based in the UK, incorporated in the UK, but just moved to the UAE recently. So we build automation solutions for different in different industries. Just to give you a quick idea about the roadmap. So what we're thinking is
starting with a specific industry. So let's say healthcare, biomedical engineers and people who fix machines and then give them access to this solution, let them try it, let them get used to it. Obviously, like all of us, we had the aha moment when we first used GPT. So just trying to replicate that the same within that familiar environment of WhatsApp. Then you can always expand, add more and more, context files, expand more to other industries as well. Launch, we can do the enterprise solutions and then slowly work towards, for example, going to the manufacturers themselves and try to work out a partnership with them. And that's it when it comes to my part. We've done a demo. So there's a QR code on the screen. I'm gonna set it on the chat as well, just because I'm gonna unshare my screen if you want to try it. So this QR code will take you to WhatsApp chat, and then you can basically give it a try. Just to let you know, so the data that we've used is for generally X-ray machines, just to keep it a little bit more tight. So now I'm gonna hand over to Moomin, who's the technical mind behind this. So let me just unshare my screen and I'll share it in the chat now if you want to give it a try.
All right, thank you very much. Nabil, Hassan, it's your turn now.
I think
So
first
Moomin.
one of his team member wanted to showcase on the technical side, I believe.
The technical. Yeah.
Oh, there's a demo. Okay. Oh, I think we
Hello,
can't
everyone.
hear you.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can you share the screen?
Wait 1 second. Having an echo. Let me. Yeah. Let me just mute myself. Internet. Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry for that. I'm gonna be quick. Our tech stack is very simple. We used Falcon 100B for SL LLM. We use Hugging Face for embedding. We used Fast Vector database, and we used Twilio API. It was very fast and easy to integrate with WhatsApp. Let me get you through the demo. 1 second to share my screen. Just a second. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay. So let me clear the chat. So we use Twilio for this. For example, imagine you are a doctor. You have your first patient. Your X-ray machine suddenly doesn't work. You don't know what to do. You actually have two choices. Go through manual or call in the technician. Or you can ask our chatbot. That's what you got. So for example, let's say you hear a strange noise from the X-ray machine and you don't know what to do. You can ask it. For example, I hear strange noise from the X-ray machine tube during operation. what are the safe steps I should do, should take. Just a second. So send a request to the AI center. Okay. So I'll be. So this is the answer. Like, thank you for your question and reaching out for guidance. You hear unusual noise from the X-ray tube during function. It is the best to take the following steps. Immediately stop the operation and turn off the X-ray machine for safety. Evacuate the room and inform your supervisor or qualified technician. Do not attempt to remove or inspect the X-ray tube. Wear personal protective equipment. Wait, actually, it's giving you an advice for right now if you are a doctor, but in case you are a technician or for a specific question, for example, let's see. Let's say you get in, I don't know, you get in blurry images on your digital radiography system. You've checked the patient movement and you don't know what to do. You can actually ask it. Will give you the steps you should take to troubleshoot the issue. It will be good to check the focus. Check the focus of the indicator. It could be off. Cause blurring is also make sure that the indicator is clean, free of any errors. If that doesn't resolve the issue, double check your exposure settings. Now it will give you the guidance you need just to make the process more quicker. Also, it support Arabic. It support many language. For example, for Arabic, it's the same question, but actually in Arabic. Actually, the same question here, just in Arabic. The delay time, because we use Twilio API, actually similar answer, some question was different language. So that's it. Is very simple. So thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. Thank you both of you for the presentation, for the demo. First question from my side. When it comes to this application, who is going to be exactly the users? Meaning, are we talking about, in the case of medical imagery, is the client the doctor who uses medical imagery, or the technical team who comes whenever there is a defect on the machine? I am a bit unclear on who is the target customer. Yeah.
The technician is probably the number one priority for us to target. That example was just to show that even clinicians can use it to kind of quickly understand whether it's something that it takes to unplug the machine and then plug it back, or if it's something more complex for a technician. But for the technician, when they come in, having a quick way to kind of just quickly go through error codes and understand, and then with their knowledge they can already apply whatever they need, and it's easier to kind of actually sell to them as well, because as we've spoken to a few, it's a pain point that they have.
Have you already had the chance to experiment the app with some clients in a live setting, and what was their feedback? The reason I'm asking, because I know that for all technicians, they're a population that's quite known usually to like to do things a certain way, to not necessarily rely on guides or on instructions. They've got their modus operandi, like to do it. So wondering if that's something that you've been able to observe, or what was the feedback?
Yeah, we haven't, just for a simple reason. I mean, so technician, so my friend is a maintenance engineer, He works in a data server kind of like facility. So obviously the machines that they're using, they wouldn't be able to give us the context. So in that sense, but to try it for like generic stuff, for example, if I don't know, if you get an error code, like I said, for example, your washing machine and stuff, you can try that. I mean, we've tried it ourselves. It was quite helpful. And just knowing that, it's a pain just having to go through YouTube videos and try to identify, and we've all been there. And when it comes to like more industrial applications, I think we would have to do that step to go and more formally and start approaching it more of a. So this was like a nice thing that we tried in this environment of this hackathon, and I think making it to the final gave us like the idea that we can actually take it even further. So we might actually do that now, like as a next step after. But yeah,
I have one
Let-
question.
let's-
So,
Okay, go ahead, Hassan.
sorry. Yeah, you go ahead. I'll ask you.
Okay, no, because my question was just I saw in the chat one question that I was going to ask as well. So I think we can maybe ask this question. It was regarding the difference between your application and what people can do currently with ChatGPT to try to solve similar problems. I don't know if you can see the chat on Twitch, but if you can and answer this question about the difference between the two and how you would be differentiating yourself and competing with them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. I mean, I think the simple answer is just context. Like it's adding, it's using. We've trained it on specific knowledge that we know is about specific machines, specific versions of these machines, and we fine-tuned it on that. And so any technician can ask about the specific machine, and they'll know that everything that's included in the manufacturer's manual will get displayed on the through WhatsApp, which is but we can also like do we just started with WhatsApp because we thought it's easier for adoption than try to train people to use like new UI and applications, etc. Hopefully that answers the question.
So my question is like you said in the first we are trying to develop it for the maintenance team, right? So what special thing added in the technology to address it for the maintenance team? Like this basic RAG of multiple providers, like Neville said, there are other RAG providers are there who can provide similar solutions for different things. Like particularly for maintenance, what we have done in technology.
What technologies? Sorry, I don't think I understood the question. So what technology specifically? Yeah.
So we are concentrating on the maintenance part, right? Like for using it for the maintenance purpose, asking about the product and things like that. For that, did we add any extra layer apart from RAG, just adding the document of the product?
Yeah, that's probably for you. Technology was in.
Can you ask the question again? Sorry.
You didn't hear the question. Is it? Yeah. So you're asking about like what specific like tech stack basically we've used apart from the LLMs and the WhatsApp, or like, or is that
Yeah,
the
just the retrieval augmented reality, generation. Apart from that, what specific any guardrails or anything has been done for specifically to provide for any maintenance data, like to handle any maintenance data?
thing so?
Yeah, actually, we use the RAG. We used few shot technique in prompting. We build a function to optimize the tokens because AS71 give or Falcon give us a certain context window, so we build a way to optimize the tokens. We used Twilio API. We didn't use much technologies part of that of Rack right now because it was an MVP. So we wanted to build something very quick.
Yeah, but obviously that it has a lot of space for, obviously like to tailor the outputs a little bit more. Yeah, based on the specific use case, etc. So and this was like a proof of concept.
Understood. Okay. Thank you.
Does that answer your question? Sorry, I know you had to ask it like 3
Yeah.
times. So I know.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
All right, I guess that that was it when it comes to the presentations. But I must say that it was extremely impressive what you did, and you did great with your presentations. I recommend you to take a look at the chat on Twitch because you got a lot of great feedback, all of you teams, and some questions. So maybe you can address some of them in the meantime when me and the judges will go for a short break, and after the judges discussion we'll get back to you with the winners. Welcome back. Okay, before we'll announce the winners, I want to say that big congratulations to all the teams, not only those who are here today. Congratulations for submitting your projects. We are super proud of having such an amazing community. We appreciate all the effort you put into creating your prototypes and presenting them to us. I know that it's not always easy, but each step, each task is improving your skills. So either you are today's finalist or not, just keep going, keep getting better, and be happy for those who won today, because maybe you are the next winner of the hackathon. And yes, talking about the winners, let's start with the lucky person who won PlayStation 5. And the person who will get it is... I hope that we have a slide on the stream. Yes, it's Ibrahim. So yes, congratulations. You are the lucky one. I hope that you are on the stream right now, and I wish to see your happy face. But okay, you are here. That's great. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we'll get back to the hackathon winners, for whom the deciding factor was not necessarily luck, but the skills and the hard work put in the projects. I can tell that the judges were very impressed with your work, and the decision was not easy, but the third place and $2,000 in cash and $2,000 in credits goes to the team F16 Falcon with their project Secure AI. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
Hassan, can you say a few words?
Yes. Hey, Kabir and team. Congratulations to reach to the top. And just before that, I'll tell Jay was telling, it was very hard for us to select which one it is on the toppers. But yeah, it was great, and its secure was very good, and the product was very nice, and it has concentrated on security where other rack products are not concentrating much, more building on features, not thinking about AI. And AI is there. Most of the people don't adapt because of the accuracy. So you have concentrated on that. Yeah, that's the part which stands out.
All right. Yes, congratulations again. And now the second place and $3,000 in cash and $3,000 in compute credits goes to the team Investiboard. Yes, congratulations. I'm not sure if you hear, guys. Neville, you have a few words?
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure if I see the Investiboard people in the chat room still, if they can hear us. But if they can hear us, big congratulations, you guys, on the product. It was really original use case. Personally, it's the first time I was seeing such a use case for an AI product. I think, yeah, I and myself really liked the creativity that you guys put in, making it into such an intuitive way. And we think this product with some enhancements could be really interesting for a lot of organizations in the future. So really congrats.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, please all turn on your cameras. I see a few people still didn't do that before we'll announce the grand prize winner. Okay, So our grand prize winner, who will get $5,000 in cash and $5,000 in compute credits, is Team Sirocco and their product Regini.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I will take this to congratulate Ashmal. So yeah, it was a good product. Congratulations, Ashmal and the team, the Sirako team. And the Rack Genie was like it's more general product, and it helps to make everyone access to the AI and beyond AI. Like currently now, ChatGPT and everything is accessible as an LLM part. Like beyond that, you let the world access rack part as well, and beyond that it has its the other parts also of the rack, like not only the single value of the rack, but you have the integrations and things like that. Yeah, it was good. Congratulations.
Okay, time to start wrapping up, but that's always the best part of the hackathon to, see the people behind the project, see the winners. And yeah, you did great, guys. Like, your work is super, super crazy impressive. I just want to say thank you for being here today. Thank you to our super special guest, Neville Hassan. Asha was watching us on the stream. She could not join, but she also took part in the judging process, of course. So thank you very much for being here today. Again, huge congratulations to today's winners, and we see each other on the next hackathon. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.